Hey guys, guess what just happened? As you can see, telling about this frog in my driveway, it just rained. And guess what? I've got another frog right in this jar. Like, what the flip? So, we're a bit away from a pond or anything, so I'm gonna drop these buddies in a... Oh, damn it! I know. I know. I mean, you're so unhappy, because... Yeah. Right? I just don't want these guys to, like, they're supposed to be, like, in their ponds and stuff. I don't know what they're doing out here. They get real antsy in the rain. Because if you saw one of my previous videos, it just rained and there was a bunch of frogs out. Right now there's a car coming and I think I'm going to get bashed, but I could drop them in that ditch. But the problem is, right, all these ditches, like, they keep just disappearing so soon. You know, that's not a carcass, it's like a pair of plants. So, right now, but usually the frogs, the true frogs, right, they decide to get all adventurous and start, right, like, moving everywhere, especially, you know, at night. So, this is gonna be like a quick, like, walk down to the park, because, I don't want to be out too long, but, you know, the frogs are fine. And actually, today at work, I found something interesting. So, basically, I work at a doggy daycare, and right? It's by like a marshy area. But so, right, a lot of amphibians come around, and that includes toads. But the problem is, toads are poisonous, and you know what's big, stupid, and loves to lick? That's right, dogs. So, unfortunately, right, I don't want any, my boss doesn't want any dogs to get poisoned because, you know, the toads like to come around everywhere, and so I'm the one who takes them home to my pond. Or just to try to, like, remove them from the area, make sure they don't, you know, go snooping around. So, but today, I found an interesting toad. It was a one-eyed toad. It wasn't like, you know, it was almost like the eye, like one of its eyes was, like, smaller than the other one, so it just didn't really, like, it just didn't, like, bug out like toads' eyes are supposed to do. So it was like, I don't know how to describe it, but it was basically, yeah, it was like one eye was closed all the time. So I don't know and also it had, one of its hind legs had, like, no toes. It was just like literally like a club foot. Like, the foot itself was a club. So, alright, at that moment, you're faced with an interesting dilemma. I know that like, when it comes to domestic breeders, at least, like, you know, people who breed, you know, pets, like, usually, like, small, you know, like, reptiles and stuff. Not dogs, because, well, we'll get to why dog breeders don't do this. But, right, they don't want to, breeders don't really want to breed any animal with, like, even slight deformities, right? It would be cruel to, like, kill them, of course, because, you know, if they're not, like, suffering, if they just have, like, a little kink here or a little lack of fingers there, it's like, what's going to happen there? Like, nothing. The animal's going to probably be fine. But, unfortunately, if you keep breeding them, it's like, well, it could get worse for the animal, like, for the population in the future. So, what do you do? Do you keep, like... So, obviously, like, you know, the breeders don't breed them. You know, simply it's just, like, keep them, you know, this is for, you know, just, like, right, because it's a small issue now, but if this animal keeps breeding, keeps reproducing, right, this might, develop into, like, something like a larger issue, right, the viability of, you know, the further generations could be lost. So, and that's why I said this doesn't apply to dog breeders, because dog breeders love to breed deformities like that cost that that damage the health and well-being of further generations. Just look at like brachycephalic dogs, like pugs and boxers, and just all the dogs like with those health problems. So right, I find this toad with it could have been, I don't know if it was right from injury or if it was like a genetic abnormality. So it's like what do I? Right, when I was little, I always wanted a toad, so I just like, why not? Why not just like keep it? So now I have a toad now, right? An American toad, common toad, but it just has no eye, and a toeless foot. I thought maybe right it was like morally sound because I mean not. Oh, speak of the devil. Look, it's a small one. It's a little toady. Oh, the frogs are going crazy. But I gotta dump them out soon. But, yeah, because, like, if this toad, right, because obviously it wasn't suffering. It was, like, perfectly fine, right? It was a big toad, so it was, lasted for generations. But, right, the problem was, right, if this toad goes out and breeds, because, it's a fairly successful animal, right? It wasn't like suffering or anything. If it goes out and breeds, well, it could pass down, right? It's like genetic abnormalities to, the next generation. And so it's like, I don't know. Like, should I let it happen? I guess it wouldn't be too bad. So I don't know. I guess I just decided to keep it. I named him Cypress because it's like it's like Cyclops, but I already had a toad named Psy, and she ran away. When I was a kid, I used to like put a bunch of toads in a bucket, and then at the end of the summer, I'd release them all. And one of those toads was named Psy. She also had the same condition, but yeah, she ran away. But anyway, I thought it was a prettier name. But I don't know. I guess like this whole thing of like keeping wild animals as pets. I mean. Yeah, it was. I don't know. I felt it was like my moral duty. I thought it was a cool bug just to leave. It's like, is it my moral duty to, I don't know, keep the gene pool pure? Oh, look at all these toads. I found it actually tonight. I found it and a true frog. You know what? What the hell? More the merrier, right? Like we're very near the pond, so it wasn't that necessary. But yeah, the frogs are going crazy in my jar, in my special frog jar. Should probably keep searching around the area just in case, like, get the frogs out of the road. Don't want them to, get squashed. But yeah, here's the pond. This is the same pond I went to last time to release the frogs. And here you go, guys. You are now free. Oof. All right, come on. Get out of here, you stupid animal. I don't want to see you anymore. I guess I wonder, like, have you guys kept wild animals as pets? Because I don't know, is it like, taking it? Yeah, it's taking like the animal from the, but it's like, I don't know. I don't want to feel like I thought there was still a frog in here. I just brushed up against my leg or something. I just wonder, like, is it a moral thing to remove animals from the population just to, like, avoid, causing birth defects? Because it's kind of, you're usually seeing a animal with slight, like, deformities like that. It's not that common, but I feel like it's becoming more common in the years ensuing, since we have things like pollution and radiation, but we're not near like a power plant here. We're where I live, it's just pollution. Like everywhere, it's just, yeah. Most places are just pollution, but right. So I don't know. I hope I'm not. I guess it's like it's not anything like eugenics, right? Because that's like strictly human, right? Humans like it's like people have a right to reproduce. Like, they're intelligent beings who can control their actions. But when it comes to, like, animals, especially domestic animals, right? Like, the pug, right? We control our, dog breeding. We control who breeds, who doesn't, right? We control which traits appear most often. So, right, that is under our control. And so, I swear I heard something jump. Was that a frog? Anyway, right? I guess it's not eugenics if it's with animals, right? Because we control their outcome, and it's our responsibility if, they develop some, deformity or not, right? Hopefully, yeah, we don't, we don't, cull our animal. If it's like a slight, like, only if the animal is suffering, right? Because, like, duh, obviously, right? You see, like, there's some, like, wholesome, like, dodo videos. And it's like, oh, this dog has no back legs, but, so, because obviously, the companion animal, you want to treat it like, you have more sympathy for it. It's like, oh, you can do anything. It's just, if it's not suffering, then it deserves to live. But, like, if it's a congenital condition, then it's like, we control. It's like, we don't want to, like, we control the, like, it's kind of like the similar to, like, giving a condition to, the next generation. Because even though it's like, we're not chopping off puppy legs, but if we intentionally breed puppies to, or it's like, we know of the risks, right, of breeding a certain dog, but we do it anyway. It's kind of like, oh, well, I guess, like, something similar, but, right, because we know the consequences of pugs, right? Like, a lot of bulldogs can't even give birth without us humans, like, dissecting them and ripping their puppies out, right? Because that's what, like, and that way, like, we went way too far. So that's why with humans we control the breeding. So, and I guess that works with other animals too. So I don't know. I guess there's the difference with toads, right? Specifically this American toad. They are wild, right? Wild populations usually, right? Dogs don't really have to worry about survival of the fittest because they don't need to put in any effort to survive, right? They're usually, like, especially depending on what families they go to, right? Humans feed them and take care of them. Their dogs sit pretty, right? We control their every whim and we love it, right? Here. So I guess it's different, like, with another animal, because usually if a condition is severe enough, the wild animal would probably, like, die, obviously. But in the case of Cypress, my new toad, right, he wasn't that severe. Obviously, he grew to a big size. He probably reproduced. So it's like, I don't know. This is this thing with amphibians, especially. It's their numbers are depleting so much with pollution, and they are gaining a lot of, their genetics are just getting so messed up, especially through, right, pollution. Even just, like, even if it's not their genetics, just their bodies, right? So I don't know. Look, another one. This is a green frog or pickerel frog. But like I said, with so it's like, is it humans' responsibility? Like, we fucked up frogs, we fucked up the amphibians, so it's our, just like the environment, it's our responsibility to turn them right. So I don't know, I guess it's my duty to help the environment by, I guess it seems cruel, but, like, like, you're ruining your, tell this poor toad that it's ruining its future generations because something out of its control, because something, us humans did do it. But I guess the toad doesn't really care, right? Toads don't really have feelings, at least in the way humans do. I don't think they really feel sad or angry, or it's probably just, like, basic, fear. So I'm gonna put this frog right in there. It was right next to the pond, so because I feel lazy right now. I just went to the pond. There we go. There she goes. That's a good pond. Yeah. Oh, that was a big worm that I just saw slither through. I heard actually that the big neck crawlers are invasive. Like they're from Europe. We just have earthworms up in North America. So, yeah. Oh, where was I? Oh, yeah. Toads don't have feelings. So, I'm not sure if if Cypress is not going to really get offended because I removed him from the gene pool because of his closed eye and knucklefoot. Right? Of course, obviously I wouldn't, remove from the gene pool kind of insinuates that you kill, but obviously no, I don't think I could really kill a vertebrate. When I was younger, I could kill invertebrates. That's right. Like kids pulling the legs off a cat, like a spider or something. Right? Kids are cruel, especially to bugs. But yeah, now it's hard for me to squish something. But a vertebrate. I know my dad has killed mice. Obviously, like if there's no cat to kill them, then you just call upon your dad. But I don't know how he does it. I know there's quick ways to kill animals, but especially with a mouse, dear God. I mean, number one, they're just they're obviously cute and small mammals, so there's that. And most people are just they are pests. They are, they ruin things. Pretty much everything they ruin. Oh, another poor frog. So I don't know what he does. Is he just stop, or is it a quick neck break? Is it just a little pop? This mouse is weak, but yeah, my dad removes mice from the gene pool, but I can't do that with my with a toad, especially not with a deformed toad, because that just feels extra cruel. All right, oh my God, there's more poor frogs. I don't want to get, I don't want to, zoom in on the corpses too much, because obviously it's toad, poor frog corpse. Actually, one time, because I was in school during the pandemic, and I was actually really excited to dissect a frog. Not really, because especially this day and age, I don't know if it was true back then, but you had to actually, the frogs were live, and the kids would actually kill them before dissecting them, so they'd be fresh as possible. I don't know if they actually did, because there's stuff like E.T., where they had to, there's that scene, but, I was excited, because I was just curious. It's oh wow, it's a cool scientific thing, because, obviously I assumed they'd be humanely killed, and, not, put through any stress, and it was just it's sort of, morbid curiosity. It's a sort of school rite of passage. But, well, it was 2020, so it was pandemic. No frog dissecting. We got to do it digital, so I was kind of disappointed. But I was blessed by Mother Nature, because there is a fully, practically almost intact frog, a dead frog. It must have been hit by a bike or something, because it was, it was just only its leg was kind of bloody. And so I was oh my God, what a perfect opportunity. A dead frog, a fully intact dead frog. I didn't have to, because obviously I can't kill frogs. They're one of my favorite animals. Even any vertebrate, even if some stupid vertebrate that I don't care about. It's I can't do that. But here I was, and oh boy, I made up set up a little a mini laboratory in my garage, because obviously things stunk to high heaven. But I got definitely a different experience from from school or anything, because I didn't have to do much work. It was I'm in my free time. But it was interesting to open up the stomach, right? Because this is a wild frog, and it obviously had its diet was a lot different to the these frogs are lab-bred, but this is wild. And I got to see, like, it was mostly leaves in there. Like, it was great, because this is like about it was about like a hand-sized frog, not a bullfrog, but probably like a green frog or a pickerel frog. So it was like a pretty good size, and it was, I only found like one beetle in there, so it was just like crazy. It was like interesting seeing. It sounded like going through an owl pellet. Like, what did this owl last eat? You know, like what species of animal skulls are in there, and so that was neat. I think that's what I remember most about it, because about the frog was that it ate mostly there's mostly leaves in there, but then fortune blessed me again, because then when the pandemic ended and we were all allowed to go back to school again, I got to dissect a rat. Whoa, Gunga, man. It was even better than a frog. Not no stink either, eh? But nothing could. It was a totally like different experience. The wild caught frog, got to see like natural. I try to like actually discern which organs were which, right? I try to do some academic stuff, but again, right, this is a fairly it wasn't like that bad a condition. It wasn't like overly decaying and whatnot, but again, right, it is a bit hard to discern stuff. It was getting soupy. So, and also I gave it a nice burial, right? It was contributing to science and my curiosity, so put it in a box and buried it, like over by the tree. I think it got dug up immediately by some animal. Not my dog, but it was some animal. But anyways, I think it was just neat to like compare experiences, different, like what goes in your different animals. I try to actually figure out if it was male or female, right? Because adoptees have different organs, but I think it was female. That's when I remember, like, finding like the ovaries, because frogs have way different ovaries than human females. Because obviously they lay eggs. I mean, we make eggs, but like, you know what they look like. Obviously, we don't just like shard them out like how frogs do. Like, oh my god. Ah, oh, damn it, is that another fucking frog? Ugh, I'm not walking. Okay, you know what? I'm not walking all the way back to the pond. You're going in the ditch, little bitch. Damn it, I wanted to check out the cypress, but now I have to put you in the ditch. Fortunately, this is a ditch doesn't really dry that much. Oh, look at that little toad. I actually haven't been seeing frogs and toads that often. They just like suddenly it was just today. I guess it's because it rained, right? Frogs, amphibians, they always pop out in rain. They decide to get like real festive, especially if nighttime rain. Oh, it's like nighttime rain. It's orgasmic. I gotta move to Oregon. But I guess it makes sense. Water jostling them out. Oh, here you go, Ms. Ma'am. Oh, and there's another one in there. Oh, great. I sat too low. I got my britches wet. Go. I don't want to see you anymore. You filthy animal. Shoot, that stupid frog freaking jostled my brain. I was like, you're talking about ovaries or something? About egg laying? Oviposition in humans? Oh, now that's crazy. Let me tell you what. I mean, it exists, right? Well, in fantasy it does. In people's crazy minds it does. What was I talking about? Oh, eggs. Yeah, frog eggs specifically. The thing about with frogs, especially like toads, I don't know if I've talked about this before, but it's like hard. Look, a green lacewing. Where's she going? Also, look at these. Check out these sunflowers. The good thing, these are actually sunflowers. They actually just, they don't, what do you call it? They'll actually conform to their, capsule, to their tank, right, to their pot. So they won't grow obscenely large. So we can just keep them like pint-sized sunflowers, so that's pleasant. Actually, I did put a toad over here before I started recording. I don't know where he went. I don't know, she's somewhere. They're behind the trash cans. The toads love the trash cans. Anyway, again, I can't stop, like, this is like a crazy thing to me. Especially like what toads do, right? Like how they poop. Like their poops are huge. Like I've seen them, like they have to literally drag their asses across the concrete just to let the shit slide out. And then they just like close it up. Like it's literally like how humans give birth. That's how toads poop. That's how wide the cloaca stretches. Like they have to. It's like it has to be like an easier time laying eggs, because right, those things are just like are soft and cute. You know, their craps are all full of exoskeletons and butt mud. Like it's not even. It's like it's kind of horrifying. Like I see their turds, like scattered around my yard and stuff, especially the blacktop. I think like what toads do is they poop and then they leave. Because I kind of think about it, toads are they're like nomadic. But like they like to stay in one spot for a bit, but then eventually they'll get up and move. And they'll get funky. But I think like whenever that happens, like they always leave behind a parting gift. And that parting gift is a huge crap. And I don't blame them, because those things are huge and nasty and filled with some sort of chemicals, some sort of microplastics. I guess ours are too, but like those things are crazy. Toad turds are crazy. Like, no way you want to like abandon those little steaming babies at the door of my orphanage, which is AKA my little house, my domicile, my blacktop that you just have to lay your gift upon us. So toad poop is just crazy, right? So Cypress is probably under here, or it'd be kind of hilarious. He already escaped, but probably not under there. I think he's in here. Oh, there he is, and you could see that's his blind spot, or his blind eye, right there at the back. If my camera would focus, there she is. And there's the back leg, which is has a knob eye, and yeah, as much as you could try, that eye will not open. Trust me. You gotta just trust me on this, bro. I've done enough science. It's just science, bro. So yeah, I guess that's my new toad. I'm helping toads by getting rid of a toad, but not really getting rid of a toad, because I would feel Cypress is still there, just not breeding. Really, it's sad, but I mean, not that sad. Cypress is gonna be queen. I'll treat you like a queen, babe. That's exactly how I'll be. Totally way off better, of course, in human captivity. But oh my God, what did I just walk into?